man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. Heard you got COVID.
Yeah.
How's that?
It's all right. I survived.
Oh my God!
Oh, yes, you will. You'll find there's so much else to think about, to remember. Our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing.
Hello. Welcome to the Craig Lee Lawrence Experience. I am totally just kidding. We're not going to leave you hanging like that. But we are going to discuss COVID-19 today. Finally. I like to refer to myself as the doctor. A mix between the 4th and what comes after the 13, because I don't consider Jody a doctor, but I would consider myself the true 14th doctor. I don't care. But we're going to be discussing COVID-19 today, and we are here with my good friend Jason, and he unfortunately was one of the few / many this year that caught COVID, and thankfully got over it. So today I just wanted to get his. I brought some notes, and I just wanted to get his take on exactly what he thought about. But Jason, how you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
You've been gone for a while. I know. You've been quarantining and doing what everybody all the higher ups tell us to do. So tell us about that real quick. How was your quarantine experience of not being able to do much?
Yeah, it was definitely. I did it at home, so I didn't have to go to the hospital. I will.
It's a lot better than having to be inside.
Yeah. I will say it kind of started out as just kind of like binge watching YouTube, Netflix, stuff like that. The first week was kind of chill, and then the second week kind of did get a little bit more crazier.
Would you say crazier as in like your angst of like knowing that you couldn't really do anything, or would you say it was the actual sickness itself?
I would say both. So both. It was probably the angst of not being able to go out. Also, I live with only my brother, so not having to be able to have family members like come over, that kind of was kind of like I'm kind of going through this by myself. And then also
going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then also the sickness as well kind of did start to get to me, and also having to stay inside. It was definitely a lonely time.
How would you so I know a lot of people discuss getting COVID on social media and whatnot, and their experiences. So would you like on your pain threshold, 1 to 10, 10 being like excruciating, 1 being of course like you stubbed your toe? How would you as stubbing your toe as if it would still hurt, but it's like you can get through it? What would you say your pain threshold would have been?
I would say probably like an 8 or a 9. Yeah.
Peak.
Yeah, peak. Yeah, there were like 2 times I had to go to the emergency room just because of like breathing complications, and but everything was normal, said by the doctor, but I did not feel normal. But it definitely
like they didn't say that you were like not that it's not true, but they weren't saying like you're going to die.
Right. No. Yeah. I kept asking them like, am I going to make it through this? And they were like, for someone that is in your situation, yes, like you'll make it through it. And it was kind of surprising to hear that, but because of how it felt, but I did get through it because here I am.
Yeah, thankfully, right?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. See, I mean, the few friends that I've had that got it, he was the only person that, ended up having to go to the hospital or, had to go and actually seek medical attention. So it's at least, I'm glad that he was able to do it, but it's crazy that some people end up having to do that and some don't. I mean, even knowing that he's had it, I'm sitting right here. It's no big deal to me, but that's, again, my choice. Yeah, so let's go on. So I know that people say that for you're supposed to like, I would say eat healthy or whatever, or like take your vitamins. Would you say that you're like a healthy individual? You like take your vitamins or whatever?
Yeah. I like to work out.
You wouldn't say like, you're just like a slob.
I mean, I have my fair.
I'm not trying to say, but would you say you at least are a active human?
Yeah.
You do things.
I enjoy fitness, physical fitness. I've actually been working out a lot this year, and I will say that's probably what helped me go through having COVID, easier. Because at the beginning of the year, I was 275. I started working out in February and actually went down to 240.
Ooh.
So yeah,
nice.
And as in that progression of like physical fitness, something that I did notice is like my breathing, even before COVID. Like everything started to kind of roll downhill in a good way in my health, and so I did feel like my lungs actually, the health of my lungs at that stage when I had COVID at the beginning of October, it really did. The physical fitness that I've been doing has really helped.
So you would say that you kind of having COVID almost or getting COVID confirmed that you were like, oh man, my lungs already kind of felt bad,
and that's
whatnot, or my breathing, and like COVID like showed like, oh shoot, like I was able to obviously contract it, probably due to just whatever it was like possibly you could have had or whatnot. Oh wow, yeah. So would you say that while you were quarantined, maybe did you like eat better? Or did you like maybe not eat? I don't know.
Yeah, actually,
like a lot of people would say they felt like they would throw up or like what was loss of taste and smell. So like, did you not even want to eat? I mean,
there was a point where I was coughing so much, I had to stop eating, and I had to only do liquid fast.
Liquid fasting. Yeah. That's the thing.
But I was taking like probiotic drinks. I was again doing vitamins every day. I was doing like really healthy drinks just until like my cough went down and like I wasn't coughing anymore. And it was probably 2 weeks I was actually doing a liquid fast. Like it was pretty gnarly. Like I could only take in like crackers or like half of soup, like the soup broth and stuff like that. So that was kind of like, I guess the only type of eating I was kind of doing was like soup broth.
Literally liquids.
Yeah.
No solids. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, I mean, now I know a lot of people probably know from when I've talked about things, but my sense on religion isn't as steady as most Christians would be, but I believe you're a Christian. So a lot of people, they have their faith and they have what they believe in to get them through tough times. And this was a tough time that we all, had to go through, whether you liked it or not, faithful or not. So where would you say that your faith led you, or how did you feel, spiritually, feeling that like, did you feel like this was the end, or like, what was your thought when you got that positive test? What was your initial reaction? Like, what was your thoughts? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I guess the beginning when I got my test results, I was kind of like, just like, okay, I've never experienced this before.
It's like getting a ticket to a show. You're like, oh man, front row seats.
Right, yeah. So when I first saw the test results, I was kind of like, okay, I guess I'm positive that I guess we'll just go through this. And then the second week, like I was saying earlier, the second week was very much like kind of more scarier for me. It did hit me really, really hard. And like, again, like when I went to the emergency room, both times, I would seriously stop the doctor as he's going back and be like, am I going to make it through this? Because like there were times where I was like, I do not feel normal right now. This does feel really uncomfortable and scary. And they kept telling me, for a person of my age, like based on like the x-rays of like my lungs, based on like just how they saw me, they said, you're going to make it through this.
Wow.
And they also said like some don't, but you're going to make it through this. And I was like, okay, all right, sounds good. And so, I will say my faith, I am a Christian, and I will say like I have definitely grown deeper in my faith in this time. It's really caused me to kind of like rest and assess where I am on the earth. At the beginning of the pandemic, I wasn't really focused on like, everything that was going on. I was just kind of headstrong into what I felt called to, like at my church, and like just bringing hope to people, right?
Mhm.
Like on Facebook, social media, whatever, just to bring some light into the situation. Wasn't really focused on like COVID numbers, and I'm not trying to put like
just trying to make people feel okay.
and I wasn't
what usual church people would do, you know.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah, and I think also non-church people, you know, they want to bring a positive light to situations too, in the best of their ability as well.
Yeah,
just as much as religious people.
Very true.
But yeah, so I don't really want to say I was putting my head in the sand, but I just felt like I think there's something greater that we could look at here in the midst of going through the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like my focus in just bringing positivity to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went through COVID, it kind of shedded light on, and I never thought it was not real.
Mm-hmm.
It just hasn't hit me yet. So I'm like, I don't understand the numbers, or I don't understand these things. So once it hit me, it kind of did sober me up to like plant me. I don't know if this makes sense, but plant me deeper on the earth to understand how to bring a even more positive impact to the world, because I went through this. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like going and like getting in a car accident. If you get in a car accident, it's like, or if you were, like, I mean, I guess you could say, yeah, like a normal car accident, or like drinking and driving. If you like crashed into someone and you'd be like, I'm never going to drink again. Like, you know,
Right.
It could be like getting sick with a virus and just be like, oh, I just want to help people, you know, be able to take better care of themselves and to live a better life that's more healthy, and, you know, puts your body in a position to fight anything that goes at you. It doesn't matter if it's been man-made or not.
Yeah.
You know, you should not have to worry about like, oh no, I am not, you know, in physical shape to deal with something. You know, I don't know, but I mean, I guess that's kind of how I would feel. But I haven't got it. Thankful that I haven't. So, but that's what you would take.
Totally.
But yeah, so, you know, that was my original thought back in the day when this had first started, because I knew that you know, a lot of churches and whatnot were being persecuted for churches trying to stay open, and people still trying to shed, you know, hope and light on just people that were just trapped in darkness, being, you know, told one thing or told another, whatever it could have been. So that was why I wanted to ask that, and having someone that actually is in more faith than myself can clarify and verify that everybody wants to help. That's obviously what we want to do, but there are some people who don't care and that would rather cause harm, or they would rather, you know, hurt you for your opinion or hurt you for your thought process. And it's just like, damn, you know, sticks and stones are not supposed to hurt. Or sticks and stones break your bones, but words aren't supposed to hurt. Right. So if words are feeling like they're hurting, you should be able to pick up a stick. I don't know. You said that your family, you only live with your brother. So you know, I love my brother, and I live with my sister and my family, and well, my sister's parents and my grandmother. So thankfully, none of us have gotten it, but. So you live with just your brother. How was it? How did he react, or how was like your family to it? I mean, were they, you know, I know that you couldn't see them, but were they at least like, you know, supportive, you know, like, you know, leaving you gift baskets?
Yeah, totally.
You know, they're not just like, we can't see you, son.
Yeah, I'm going to stay over here. Yeah.
We love you.
No, totally. Yeah, my brother, and also I'll say my friends. I was just sharing this with
friends too, of course, you know.
Yeah. I was sharing this with some friends earlier today, that in the whole month of October, I did not pay my bills.
Oh, yeah?
Someone, like, friends came together and helped me. I did not pay my rent. I didn't pay my rent this
And that wasn't California paying the rent. That was friends.
California, yeah. But yeah, I did not pay my rent in the month of October. Friends did.
Wow, awesome.
So I do feel like, I'm even getting choked up as I'm sharing this right now. I do feel like.
Don't you work from home?
I do, but bro.
I'm just kidding.
I do.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I was super like
that's
gone.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
I was really sick.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And that just shows, you know, the level of friendship and commitment we all should have to each other. You know, it doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
That's great, you know. But continue.
Yeah. So I feel like there was multiple. One of my friends like went grocery shopping for me twice in a row.
Not Amazon.
No, actually, yeah.
Oh, they went through Amazon.
No,
Okay.
They didn't. But yeah. So I had one friend that went shopping for me twice. I had another friend that went shopping for me twice. My sister, I do have a sister. Well, she lives in LA, but she did like Instacart, and like it was just, man, I definitely felt the support from my family and friends throughout the month of October, and it was the whole month of October that I had COVID. It took me like 3 weeks to recover, actually. But yeah, I really do feel like I had a lot of support from my family.
That's a scary month.
What's that?
October.
All right.
Like shit.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh well, you know. Well, speaking of family and friends, and you know the people that had your back, were you thinking of writing like a will?
Yeah. Right.
Did you have like any thoughts of like, I'm not good? Did you ever think like, I'm just not gonna make it? I need like, all right, my car is going to keep my dog, keep my bed set, keep my game cards and games. Like who? Like, did you have anything set out to anybody or like?
So I didn't really, but I did think that as much as people have given to me in the last month, that like I want to be able to do that for friends as well. Not even just in COVID. Mm-hmm. Just like I want to be able to
naturally
like here a Venmo thing. Here you go. This is just because you're my friend. Just because that's how they showed me in my time of kind of going through hell through COVID, that I felt like they gave to me, so I guess that's a will in a way, as I'm still alive.
It's a future will, yeah. It's an ever expanding will.
Yeah.
It's
totally.
just every day it gets greater and greater.
Totally. So I feel like through the giving to my friends and family, it's taught me to like freely give as well. You know, even to my friends when they're not going through something bad. Just hey, love you, man. Hey, thanks for being my friend. You know, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, considering the friends that we lose and the friends that we gained, you know, this year and last because of everything that's happened. I mean, you definitely this time definitely showed you, you know, who your friends were. As sad as it is, but also as great as it is, because obviously times like this when you actually are going through something, not like, you know, me being a black guy who's a slave. Who isn't really a slave, you know, you can actually make a difference and help people and actually be there for somebody.
Totally.
But yeah, so I know obviously that you got it, right? So you obviously had COVID. That is not a lie. We are discussing this honestly. So you never wore masks. You were never really into the masks. I'm still not into the masks. I just can't. I went to Bevmo yesterday and it got robbed while I was there, and they asked, "Did you see his face?" I saw the guy's face, but I saw this part of his face. Because he had a fucking beanie on and a mask on. But he got, like, Bevmo literally got robbed while I was there getting drinks for the homie's birthday. It was wild. But so, what do you think, I don't want to say do you think that masks work, but because you didn't wear a mask, do you think that's why you got it? I mean, I know we both have been hanging out and going around and enjoying ourselves. We have not let this pandemic stop us from living our lives. But do you think that by you not wearing a mask all the time, that's why you got it? Or do you think that it just, like, what do you think about the mask, you know?
Yeah, I would say, like, again, like, in the like beginning of the pandemic, when they were like, hey, like, everyone stay home, hey, everyone wear masks. Hey.
During the lockdown.
Like, I was just kind of like, I was just like, oh, okay, stay in my house. Okay. Like, I was kind of like, just kind of like this. And I feel like everyone felt like angst coming back out, like, and you know, you see a lot of videos of people getting frustrated with like grocery store people and stuff like that.
People following people and
people. And like, oh yeah, but like, I feel like, I guess I just, like, when I go to a grocery store, like, if they're not telling me to put a mask on, I'm not gonna put a mask on. But if they tell me to, I feel like I'm just like, okay, like, just to kind of, all right, okay, cool. Like,
it's too much of the social norm now.
Right. And so, and also at my job I have to do it too, and I do feel like COVID has me having COVID. There was a time like after when I was like out of my isolation period where I went over to my dad's house. He was helping me fix them on my car, and I had my mask on, and I literally felt fear that I was going to give like COVID to my dad, or even another friend of my family members where he had cancer, he had all this stuff, and my dad just, this is kind of like a way that he supported me by not allowing fear to, because I think it's okay to take precautions, but like not allowing fear to control your life. And so I feel like
that's hard right now.
Yeah. And so I feel like something my dad did was like, Jason, you're fine. Like you're not contagious anymore. You can take off the mask. It's fine. And for a second I was like, but like I mean, so and so is here. He has cancer. I don't want to give it to him. Or you're like older, but my dad already had COVID. But he was just kind of like, don't worry about it. And it actually helped me.
Your dad had COVID?
And he's 69 years old. Yeah.
Oh, that's sexy right there.
Yeah. But it like my dad's saying, don't worry about it. That actually helped me to get out of fear. Still take precautions, but get out of fear. I feel like fear is where the main thing is.
No, definitely. I mean, with the news, and I mean, I guess like that would be. Did you watch the news? Did you like not that people
really.
Don't watch the news, but
yeah,
you didn't like when you got it. You weren't like, well, I'm not gonna fucking watch anyone tell me about this shit.
Yeah. I not really. Yeah. I kind of just turned that off. I don't. I feel like a lot of fear is in the news, so I
it
try
is
not
unfortunate.
to.
Well, all right. Well, last but not least, you knew this was gonna come because I've discussed this before. But so the vaccine, I do not have it. I am unvaxxed, and I've made that apparent. Are you vaccinated?
No, not right now.
So, you have now beaten it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm not saying that the vaccine does not work for some, and I'm not saying it won't work for anybody, but you got through it, and you didn't need it. I mean, maybe if you had it, it wouldn't have been as bad, but you made it. Yeah. I mean, so what are your thoughts on like this vaccine mandate and everyone's supposed to be vaccinated?
For sure.
What do you think on that level of,
For sure. Yeah. One of my friends that I work out with, he had COVID. He got vaccinated, and his wife and kids didn't get vaccinated based off their choice. And so I believe it's a choice for sure. When I saw my friend get COVID, his symptoms were less than like his wife and kids. They were less, and so at first I was kind of like, I don't know if I trust like what's in the vaccine, and that's a fair, valid thing to have. You could have that thought, and it's okay. You're not going to go to jail for it. You could be like, I'm skeptical of this. That's fine, and that's where I was. And then when I saw my friend get COVID, I was like, wait. So they were saying a lot of information about like.
Maybe you get vaccinated, you can still catch it or whatever.
You're good.
Yeah. You're not supposed to.
And then when my friend had the vaccine and got COVID, I was like, that's different, because he got the vaccine, but he still got it. But his symptoms didn't punch him like it did his wife. His wife got it pretty hard, but he was like, cool. So then when I got COVID, it did kind of make me think, okay, I kind of feel like I know how it works now. So like I'm open to it. But like I just don't like the fact that it's mandated. Like that's kind of like the scary thing in regards to how much like
power the government has
to put in your life. And so I'm open
people
to
get
it.
Fired if you don't take it or whatever.
Right.
It's like,
and then that's where I'm actually at right now with my job, and I love my job. So I feel like I'm thinking about getting it for what I went through. But I still do feel uncomfortable about it being like, you can't make money unless you get it.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky. I mean, the way and it's so funny, like, because I'm sitting here listening to you know, and again, I don't have it, and I haven't caught any of this. So
Yeah.
I have to look. I just look at it from a biased point of view because I haven't got it.
Right.
But at the same time, it is so weird to just think, that okay, well, I don't want to lose my job, or like, you know, I don't want to lose my imagine, like, I don't want to lose my license, or I don't want to not be able to fly anywhere. And it's like, unless you get this shot, unless you get this liquid into your body, you cannot go or do anything.
Yeah.
That's literally the point we're getting to, and it is terrifying because, like you said, it's fear where it's like, look, it's just a shot. That's what people say. It's just a shot.
Yeah.
Just take the shot. It'll be that easy in 20-some years to be like, take this pill, or take this new shot, or take this experimental AI unit into your ear. It doesn't matter what it is. All it will turn into later is just do it. It's gonna be fine. But the minute they attach your job or your well-being or your house or your car, your living, anything to it, that's when it becomes an issue, and that's when it should become a problem. So yeah, I agree, where it's of course, if you get it, I have sympathy to where you probably have the thought of like, well, fuck, maybe I should get it, so I don't maybe catch it again, or you don't want to give it to anybody, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, that still should be your own. Yeah, it should be your own choice. It shouldn't be, well, I should do this because I don't want to lose custody over my children, or I don't want to do this to lose my job, or anything like that. So it is unfortunate how all this is playing out, but I'm really thankful, and I pray to God that the world is safe, and I'm thankful that you're okay.
Yeah.
So that's all we can do, and that's all I want to do. I don't want to put anything in my body personally, but
for sure.
All I can do is have goodwill and good intentions to just hope and want everybody to be okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that if I get vaccinated, everybody else is going to be okay, or everybody else is going to get vaccinated. All it means is that I have an opinion, and I think that I'm just not going to take it. But yeah, man, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're okay. I have, like I said, I had a couple other friends that got it. Jason here was the only person so far that really wanted to, at least was down to discuss it and, share his experience. And a lot of people do that. Unfortunately, online, it's not like anyone's making videos discussing it. Everyone makes videos like, you should get vaccinated, or they make videos of like, the government's wrong. It's like, nah, we should just make videos discussing like exactly what happened.
Yeah.
What exactly happened. He's okay. So I'm not saying that I would be okay if I got it. I'm not saying you would be okay. I'm just saying that he got it. He's okay. He isn't vaccinated. He's thinking about getting vaccinated. But you know what? He has his faith, and he's doing the same thing he was doing the day before he got it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this has been the Craig and Lawrence experience. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed Jason's experience, and I hope show him some love. And just thank him, because not that many people are that courageous these days to just discuss their experiences. But this is hopefully going to be like a part 1. So we'll come back and discuss everything else, from just other people's experiences to stories that we've had dealing with masks and crazy Karens out there. I mean, he dated a black woman, so he's got some stories about some shit. It's been a hard year, man. So we got to shed some light and just get some laughs out and get some stuff out while we can before it all gets fucking shut down. But this has been the Craig and Lawrence experience. Thank you so much for watching. This is Jason. You guys have a fantastic evening. And again, COVID-19, we're not saying it's not real. We're just saying everything surrounding it's kind of a bunch of BS. But you guys have a fantastic week, and peace.